My name is Enyonam. Get interactive with your questions and your views on our social media platform, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube, The Ghanaian Farmer. Here in Ghana, one of the booming, profitable venture you can go into is fish farming, being it catfish or tilapia. This week, we are all the way in the Western region, precisely at Sankagua, and we find ourselves in James Seidu farm, and we wanted to find out what are the best fish farm practices that a startup farmer especially, or somebody who is already in there, have to put in place so that you can get the expected result that you are, hoping for. It doesn't come by magic. There are some good practices that you need to adhere in your farm. And James has been doing this for some time now. He has experience, he has good success stories. So we are catching up with him once again this week for him to throw some light, share some details and insight when it comes to good fish farm practices for a beginner. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share the link. Thank you for joining us, James.
You're welcome, madam.
Right, so assuming somebody or anybody Ghana abroad is watching and wants to go into fish farm, but today is hearing good fish farm practices, what are we referring to? What are we driving at?
Oh, when you say good fish farm practice,
Yeah.
what we are talking about is what you have to do in order to keep your fish always strong and healthy.
Okay, all right. When it comes to starting a fish farm, being it catfish or tilapia, what we have here is catfish. Are there various tanks that I can start with?
Yeah, we have various tanks. We have various. It's not just tanks.
Okay.
But various forms you can go by.
Right.
We have the concrete one. We have the earthen one, and we have the tarpaulin.
Okay. What you have here is concrete.
It's concrete.
Okay, please, is the tank seated just on the surface of the ground, or you have to dig a bit?
Oh, you have to dig a bit. Some dig two, let me say 2 blocks down. Some dig 1 block down.
Right.
Okay, so that because it's a concrete, it's like a foundation. Okay,
You're digging. Okay.
Yeah, so they can dig 2 blocks down or 1 block down.
Okay. So 1 or 2 blocks down, and then the cost, how many blocks am I supposed to lay out?
Depending on you, here we have about 3 courses. Okay, here is 5 courses.
Okay.
Okay, so depending on how large you are doing it.
All right. Let's talk about the average size of the tanks. This one is smaller. What would you consider this measurement?
Oh, this one we have 7 by, is it 6 feet?
7 by 6 feet.
Yes.
For the small one.
For the small one, it's because we are keeping broodstock and ready to sell fish here.
Okay.
That's why we have them in small shape.
Okay, and the big one here, the right one behind.
This one we have 14 to 21 feet.
14 to 21 for the big one.
For the big one.
Okay. So the small one, as a startup, I want to use the small one.
Okay.
How many fish, assuming I come to buy the post fingerling from you, the post juvenile from you, how many am I advised to keep in one?
Oh, okay. With this size, you can keep, let's say 300. The reason is that when they are small, you can even keep 500 inside or 1,000. Okay. But as they grow, the size of the tank cannot contain them.
Yes.
So you can start with maybe 300. So with 300, I think you'll be good to
300 is good for this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Please, when I move in my post-juvenile and I store them here, how many times do I feed them? How many times do I change my water?
Oh, changing of your water and the feeding, usually we feed them twice a day. Okay. Morning and evening. Right. We have others that feed their fish 3 times. Okay. But we feed them twice a day. But the twice is there's the normal one everyone does. Okay. So it's twice a day, morning and evening. And the changing of the water is dependent on how dirty the water becomes. And if they are small, you often change water as compared to when they are mature. Especially in concrete tanks. In concrete tanks, you need water all the time because the water will be getting dirty often. Okay, so you have to be changing water all the time.
Okay.
Not as compared to the earthen one, where you put the fish there and it's for about 6 months or 1 year.
You will not change the water.
You will not change the water.
I see.
Yes.
So the earthen pond has an advantage over the concrete pond.
The concrete and the tarpaulin.
Okay.
You have to have a lot of water.
Right.
Because with time you have to be changing it. If not, the water begin to smell and your fishes will die.
So this means if you're starting a fish farm, catfish farm, and the land is mine, you advise I do earthen pond?
Yes, I advise you do earthen pond.
Okay.
But the earthen pond also has its side, good side, and also
bad side. Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay. Now, Said, do you have a fair idea of how much I'll be needing
to
lay this tank?
This tank, just this tank.
The small one, because me, I'm a startup. I don't have too much capital.
Just this tank. You need you need about 3,000 or 2,000.
Okay.
To lay. The only thing is, mason will use just 1 day.
Right.
To lay all these blocks. Okay. This is not
too much of work.
It's not too much of work. Just 1 day or 2 days work.
So with about 2,000 or 3,000, I can have my tank.
Yeah, you can have your tank.
How much will I be spending on the 300, post-juvenile that you mentioned? Assuming I'm buying from your farm, how much do I need to have to come by together?
Usually they buy fingerling.
Okay.
If you want post-juvenile, it depends on you. If you are a startup, times I will advise if you buy juvenile or post-juvenile.
Okay, I was about to ask you, do you advise I use the fingerling or you advise I use juvenile?
If you are a startup and you don't know how to
much about it,
you can start with post-juvenile because one, it will grow faster for you and it's easy to handle.
Okay.
So usually we sell the post-juvenile. It might cost you 150 pesos.
For one?
For one.
So I'll multiply by 300 that I'm buying from you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now let's zoom into the main issue, which has to do with the good fish farm practices that I'm supposed to adhere or put in place so that my fish, there will not be mortalities and all that. What are these? Can you share with us?
Okay. In concrete tanks, what you have to do, always you have to have water. Don't say that you have to have a standing water.
Okay.
Well, maybe if it's a pipe-borne water or borehole water, you have to have a standing water where anytime your water gets dirty, don't say that, they are fish and mad fish, they like dirty water. No, my brother. It's better you have to have a standing water, so that all the time when you see that the water is there, change it, because this is where they live. Okay, here they are not on the ground. Okay, they are in concrete tanks. They shit inside. They eat inside. They put the food you put inside. If they don't eat, it pollutes the water.
Okay.
So with time, you have to be changing the water. If not, when the water gets dirty, you see some of your fishes die.
Okay.
And one thing you also have to do is that when they are in their concrete tanks, like what I told you, especially when you are doing, let me say, some people call it, when you are not harvesting all of them at a time, you should not be stressing them. Okay, these are some of the things you have to consider. You should not be stressed. Don't step inside the tank trying to fight to catch them. Okay. It's stress. You cause stress. When you cause stress, the fish will start dying.
Right.
Yeah, they will start getting problems. Their bodies begin to peel off. A whole lot of things can happen. So one, don't stress them to get water all the time. Okay, so that you can be giving to your fish. And also quality of feed. There are people that prepare their own feed. Some, they don't buy feed. After they've gone to buy the fish, they buy maybe 1 bag of feed. They feed them for about 1 month, 2 months. That's all. The rest, what they do next is they put they put cassava, anything they find, they put inside the water, and the fish will eat. Even though they will eat, it will pollute the water. And with time, you realize that your water will get polluted. Your fish will start dying. They don't finish it. There are some food, it will sink down the water. You don't know to start spoiling the water. So it's better you buy quality feed.
Prepare feed.
Yes,
Okay.
floating feed,
Right.
where you can suspend on the water.
Okay.
When they don't eat it, you can easily pick them out.
Okay.
Than using leftovers of fufu,
Right.
using, yes, a whole lot of
Hey,
things people do.
catfish are now enjoying fufu as well.
I tell you,
Wow.
people are using a whole lot of things to feed their fish
Right.
in order to get them grow from the market because of cost of feed.
I see. Okay. The people who buy, do you scale it or you just gather them and then you count and sell?
Oh, here we scale.
Okay.
We are not like the retailers. We like, even though we can retail, but we still scale. We have people, they come buy from here. They go and sell them in pieces, like one to their household. But here we scale. It's the weight. 1 kilo is 30 cedis. I think it's the cheapest price you can get everywhere.
Right.
Like here, it's the cheapest price you can get here.
From this farm?
From this farm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, my next question would be, during letting go or changing of the water, do you have to collect the fish from the tank and move to the other tank, or how do you do the changing?
No, we have outer. Okay, look at the outer there.
Okay, the pipes over there.
The pipes.
Okay.
Okay, so when I open this water, I can decide to leave it there and go to work. By the time I come, the water has changed. Because as you pour in fresh water, the old one begins to move out. That's how we have done the system.
Right.
So you don't have to be stressing how to get this one out, how to know. Just on this water, leave it. Okay. By the time you come, the old one is out and you have fresh water in.
Okay. I also realized that it's opened. A portion of it is covered with bamboo and some plastic, but this very one is left open. Doesn't it have any consequences on the fish?
The reason why we have this one covered is we keep fingerlings here.
Oh, okay.
After we have finished hatching.
Yes. You mentioned about the fish will get stressed if you jump in or during harvest and all that. So as a startup farmer, maybe this is my first time of coming to harvest and sell. Okay. What is the best way to go about my harvesting, and what tool do I use?
Oh, okay. When you go to market, we have tools we can use to collect your fish, especially when you are not harvesting all of them.
Okay.
When you are harvesting all of them, you have no problem. You can just empty your water. Whether you can even kill them and pick them out. Okay. But when you are taking 1 or 2 out of it, you have to get your net. You have a small net we use to collect them. Okay. But rather don't jump, especially when they are men, don't jump into trying to fight them in order to catch them. That is what they don't like. You stress them. And when you stress them, that's where all the problems begins. Because they begin to get sick. Some will have, by then would have gotten bruises and all this. So it will take time before
they recover.
And at times too, when they get bruises, they feed on it. Fishes, catfish, they are cannibal. They eat themselves. Okay.
So if you get bruises, I can feed on you.
Yeah, they can feed on it.
The one that got the bruises.
The one that got the bruises. So they'll kill themselves. So you have to be careful with them.
Also, how does a new farmer get to identify if their fishes are stressed? What do I see that I will realize, hey, my fish is stressed? What do I see?
Yeah, they will not eat. When you put feed inside the pond or the water, they will not eat. They will not respond to feeding.
Okay.
One, it's like, let me show you an example. It's like you see a very big hand coming out from the sky, okay, in order to come and, let me say, catch someone to destroy. You see, you get panic. You understand? You want to run away, okay? That's the same challenge they face. Okay. At that moment, when they bring you food, you don't even want to eat because you are fear of your life. So they are also fear of their life. So they are scared. They will not respond to feeding. What they are now looking for is they want a safe where to go and hide.
Okay.
So they will not respond to feeding, and you realize that no. So you start owning your water. Okay. You own your water so that they get fresh water. So as they hear the water, they realize that they have gone to a different environment. They are a very good environment. So with time, you leave them.
They will respond.
Yeah. So the following day, you come and put food. You realize that they will eat. That very day, they will not eat. Don't give them food because they will not respond.
also, lastly, about the oxygen level in the water. Okay. As a startup farmer, how do I check? What instruments do I check? Or even how often do I check as one of the good practices? How often do I check the oxygen in the water to make sure that my fishes have the right amount of oxygen they need?
Oh, okay. Well, what I can say usually is when we are doing the hatching, we consider that. But when you are doing the farming, okay, you see, catfish are fishes that they don't easily die. Okay. Okay. They are stronger than tilapia. Okay. So oxygen level, whatever, for them they are okay. They don't mind. Right. But it's when you are doing the hatching, that's where at times you need that oxygen. Okay. But when you are farming, you don't consider. Okay.
But is it capital intensive, catfish farming, for a beginner? Is it capital intensive? So I know how to choose my choice wisely.
A beginner, it depends on how you want to do it. If you want to go into commercial, it's capital intensive. Because look at all these structures you have built here. It's costing about 45,000.
Wow.
Yes.
How many? 1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
5.
There are 5.
Okay. So the big ones.
The big ones.
Okay.
Okay. The big ones are 3. And the small ones are 2.
Okay. So it's making 5. Yes. And that cost you about 45,000.
Yeah, around 45,000.
How did you come by that money? Oh. Your father's support?
Yes, I mean we are into business, so definitely you have to. What the profit you get, you do clawback.
Okay. So if you're a beginner and you want to go into commercial catfish production, it will cost you a lot. Yes. So what do you advise? I start small and then I scale up, or I start big?
What I would advise you to do, it depends on also the form. Okay. So if I would advise you start with earthen pond. Okay. Which it will not cost much. Okay. But with concrete pond, it will cost much as compared to earthen one. Okay. You just have to get people to dig. Right. And get your water. Yes. That's all. Okay. But here, you have to do cement, you buy a whole lot of things, which it will really cost.
Okay. Lastly, James, are you available for investment? Because I get a lot of viewers, especially abroad, who are looking for young, enthused, passionate businesses to invest in. Are you available for investment? Are you open? Are you ready for investment?
Yeah, I'm open for investment. Okay, what we are doing here, I'm open for investment though. When you come, we set up. Yeah, we discuss about it. But I think you have to involve even though you have to involve the main that is my father. Okay, the one that is also
of course you are business partners. Yeah, so definitely if somebody comes on board, he also want to know all the owners, so they will sign the right documentation. So what we want to know is that you are ready and open for partners.
We are ready and open for partners. Okay. To do it.
All right. Okay, so there you have it. Very brief but detailed, good fish farm practices that you're supposed to do when it comes to fish farming here in Asankregwa in the Western region. And this is the CEO, James Seidu. He's enlightening you, but hey, he's also open for investment. So if you're ready, you can reach out to him. Do you have social media handles that people can search you on?
Yeah, when you can search me on, that is James. So just you can find me on Facebook.
James Seidu.
Yeah, just James Seidu. Okay. You see me there, and we can chat over there.
All right. So you can find James on Facebook, James Seidu, and then you can get interactive and discuss about possible partnerships or collaboration. Look at all these tanks. We need money to scale up the production. My name is Enyunam. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, James. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.